Welcome back to the O'Shea Vlogcast. Please visit me at the negromanosphere.com to follow the best black website in the world written by black men for black men. You can find my columns on there and other black writers. Today we're talking about being black in Ukraine from a black man's point of view. I want to first welcome all of you to the Hangout. Yesterday, I did a hangout called Being Black in Poland. For those of you, you know, I live in Poland. And the reason why I'm doing this as far as the Ukraine thing is because Ukraine and Poland are very close. Hold on a second. Charlie. Oh, I did see that he was streaming, but this is not going to be very long. So it's going to be like maybe 20 or 30 minutes. And it's 1:06 in the morning here. All right. Sorry about that. So here's the thing. Being black in Ukraine is very different from being black in Poland. It's very different. Okay. The reason why it's different is because, well, Poland's in the EU and Ukraine is in the former, what you would call Soviet Union. All right. That's the thing. So what happens is Ukraine and Poland are not necessarily the same ideologies. Now, before I get into being black, I want to talk about how Poland and Ukraine both share some similarities. Both come from the Eastern Bloc, the Second World. And what that means is, Poland, Ukraine. Poland was not a part of the Soviet Union, but it was heavily influenced by communism, and it was influenced by Russia. Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union. Now, Ukraine has had many influences, Austria, Germany, Poland itself. But once the Eastern Bloc dissolved, and you had people like the Czech Republic breaking away, Lithuania, Czechoslovakia. Well, Slovakia was, Romania. All those kind of countries started, breaking up into their own things. And what ended up happening was Poland kind of did away with some of its communist ideologies and joined the European Union. But Ukraine got stuck out there by itself. So Ukraine tried to differentiate itself from Russia, and then Ukraine went through a lot of corruption issues. Ukraine then could not develop to get into the EU. So Ukraine and Moldova kind of ended up being like in Romania. Well, Romania joined the EU. Ukraine ended up by itself. So in so many words, Ukraine ended up becoming the niggas of Europe. Now, Poland could have also been looked at as one of the niggas of Europe also. All right. That's what people don't know. Many people don't have a lot of, I would say, respect for Poland and the European Union from what I can see. I mean, when you think about Europe, you think about the British, you think about Germans, you think about, Ireland, Spain. Nobody thinks about Poland, right? And even though Poland is a little bit of pompous in how it sees itself, the other Western hitters don't respect Poland. Well, Poland has no fucking respect for Ukraine. That's just what it is. All right. Now, due to the fact that Poland is in the EU, and when you become into the EU, you can get what's called a Schengen visa. I know I'm saying that wrong, but Schengen visa or Schengen visa, which means that you can travel through all the Schengen zones. So Germany, Italy. Pretty much if you get a visa in Poland, in the EU, you can travel throughout the whole EU. And so what ends up happening is it's very difficult to get a visa into Poland if you're not from a first world country. Like for me, I can come to Poland and most of my listeners who are from the United States, if you have a passport, it's very easy for you to come to Poland. Okay. And the reason why it's very easy for you to come to Poland is because you're from a first world country. Now, it's very hard for an African to get over to Poland or a Nigerian. It's almost impossible unless you have a student visa. On the other hand, you can get over to Ukraine. Now, here's where black men become appreciated in places like Ukraine. Why am I saying this? Because in Poland, they want to keep out as probably as many, Africans or Muslim or kind of people from third world countries as much as they possibly can. Poland doesn't even like to admit people from Saudi Arabia. If you don't know about Saudi Arabia is a rich fucking country. But Ukraine and its universities that teach medicine and pharmacy, many of their students come from Poland themselves. So people from Poland go to Ukraine and go to medical school and study in English. Like I'm studying English in Poland. And then the second biggest group of people come from Nigeria, right? So Ukraine, because it's been shaped by so many different cultures, Austria, Poland itself, Poland actually had LVIV as one of its cities. Russia. I mean, LVIV has been culturally shaped. I mean, Ukraine has been culturally shaped by many different forces. So Ukrainians are more welcoming and more open to black people. More welcoming. I mean, you will find this to be the truth. And a lot of black males who like white women, most of them, if you really think about a black man that gets a chance of getting up an attractive white woman, your best shot to me, I'm thinking is going to Ukraine. Going to Ukraine. I mean, because the reason why, well, Ukraine has the best looking white women, besides Sharon Walker, of course, but they have the most attractive white women probably in the world. I mean, I think Playboy said this. Many people, try to go to Russia or Ukraine to get a wife, or Belarus, all those places. And they don't have a pompous ass attitude, and this is typically where black men kind of come into play here. Like I said, with respect to Poland, Poland is not going to change its identity for anybody. What I mean is they're not going to have you setting up businesses in Poland. If you're not hiring Polish people, they're not going to let you come in and set up too much of a black club. I mean, Poland is just they have a kind of a tight fist on anybody that's going to offer something different to their culture. Even when the Thailand people come over here and they set up restaurants, the owner better hire all Polish people or it's going down. You will never see like a restaurant with like a Thai restaurant without all Polish folks working in there. It's just something that you won't see. Now you can go to Ukraine and you can find like a Turkish club, ran by a lot of Turkish people and some Ukrainians. But the thing is, Ukraine is so much open than Poland is. I mean, if you go to Lviv, and Lviv is the seventh biggest city in Ukraine, number 7. Lviv is right up there with Warsaw. If you want to talk about, as far as eateries and different types of businesses, I mean, Lviv is probably to me the best city I've ever been to in my whole life. The best fucking city. And if you're a black dude, I mean, dude, you're gonna kill it out there. Let me give you some examples. $1 US, right? Their currency is the hryvnia. Let me see if I have it here. All right, so I have 5 hryvnias. When I went back to Ukraine, this is worth about, I don't know, 20 cents or some shit like that. $1 US is about 27 hryvnias. All right. So $1 US was 8 hryvnias. So the Ukrainian currency fell on serious hard times. I think when I was there, it was 26.25. So it's even a little bit higher now. You can get, a full, 5-star meal, at a boutique hotel. Like I love to go to the Swiss hotel in Lviv. You won't spend more than 600 grivnas, maybe 500 grivnas. I mean, that's not even $20. I'm talking about French Connection drinks. I'm talking about everything. I mean, very, very upscale, very classy. Even if you want to rent a flat, and a flat is another word for apartment. I mean, in the city center, or by Roanoke Square, I mean, literally, you can get 2-bedroom, about 700 square feet for about $25 a night, $30 a night. I mean, if you want to rent these things long term, I mean, you can get in Lviv an apartment for $275 a month. I mean, seriously. I mean, you can go to the grocery store there. You probably can get groceries for the whole month for like $50. And you got to understand, like, Ukraine is one of the biggest growers of wheat in Europe, and it can sustain its own populations of food. So food is super fucking cheap in Ukraine. I also bought a SIM card when I was there. I plan on going back. So this is a company called LifeCell. All right. So when I was there, I bought this particular SIM card. They don't have LTE in Ukraine. This would be my Ukrainian number, 380-635-713-223. So when I go back, I'll let you guys know. You can just hit me up. So basically, I got unlimited. This is 300 minutes, 7 gigabytes of data. It was, maybe like $5 or $6 for this. All right. That's how the cell phone service is, super cheap. They don't have, like I said, LTE there. You can't use your iPad LTE or anything because they don't have that kind of service. They don't have that kind of chip. But yeah, let me talk about some of the infrastructure and then we'll get back to the girls. In Ukraine, the streets are fucked up. Literally. Cobblestone roads are fucked up. I've never been to a place where the road system is that fucked up. I mean, it's like somebody just went and broke up the roads in the streets and just said, "All right, nigga, drive." That's one of the downsides of Ukraine. The system to get around, the roads are always bumpy. There's no putting in any money in infrastructure. A lot of beat up buildings, a lot of fucked up buildings. So if you can deal with that, okay. Let's talk about cabs. Like I said in my last video, there are no real cabs in Ukraine. You just some niggas on the fucking street on the side of the fucking corner looking like one of them old ass winos and shit. What up, Danielle? And then, pretty much, it is what it is. You just have to bargain for a price. You know what I'm saying? Some dude's going to charge you 50 hryvnias to go to the foreign mall, which is the mall I was in Lviv. Now, keep in mind, if you're staying in the west of Ukraine, it's less racist. You start to go towards the Dnipropetrovsk and towards Russia. I mean, you might get a little bit more racism out there. But if you're staying towards like, Ivan Frankov, Lviv, you pretty much ain't gonna have no problem. Let's talk about what you need for a night out on the weekend. If you go to the fashion club, and the fashion club is hot shit, or the Metro Club, this is Lviv, you can get, I would say, like a bottle. Okay, let's say you go in, it's going to be about $2, $3 to get in, right? And you want to go downstairs or whatever and enjoy yourself. You can pay 500 hryvnias and order a booth. Now, with the booth of that 500 hryvnias, which is about $18. You can use that 500 hryvnias towards the price of drinks. So you just spend $18 and they sit you at a table or wherever table you want, and then they take an order for a drink. Let's say if you want to buy a bottle of Ciroc, and you buy a bottle of Ciroc, and so that bottle of Ciroc might have been 1,200 hryvnia. And so what ends up happening is you owe like 700 hryvnias afterwards. All right. That's just pretty much what it is. So that's the beautiful thing about being in Ukraine. You can use that credit of the drinks toward that. I won't be on long, about 5 more minutes right now. I just wanted to knock this out. And the reason why I didn't do a straight video with this is because it's a vlogcast channel. So I'm just doing my live show before I forget to do it today. But let me also do this. So if you want to, I'm trying to think here. If you want to, I'm trying to think. Picking up chicks. It's easy to do so. Problem is, most chicks in VIV I met do speak some English. All right. There is a Russian, people speak Russian, people speak Polish. Like I said, Lviv was a Polish city, so it looks a lot like, Old Town Warsaw. The city center is huge. Dude, if you're from America and Ukraine, you get a lot of fucking respect. A lot of respect. A lot of Africans and Nigerians in Ukraine, dude. They have like their own club. It's the Metro Club. You go downstairs, there's nothing but African music. It's a lot of Africans from Cameroon, from Nigeria, more dudes than anything, but the women are with it. So those dudes have came out there and kind of, broke it open for you. And a lot of those black dudes out there act as if they are African American. I mean, you know what I mean? So they kind of got the same kind of fake ass African American swag. So, like I said, if you go to a club and try to pick up a chick, you're gonna be competing with some cock blocking African dudes. There's some hot ass African chicks I saw out there. Once again, them African niggas be hating. So, I mean, like I said, the best way always, man, is like I said, get at somebody in the streets. You do that, it's gonna be good. No, bud is not legal. What else did I want to say? Last but not least, so SIM card like this, get what life sell if you go. Country code is 380, $6 or $7. To get to most places in the city, across the city, 100 hryvnias. You want to do a full body massage or something like that, $13. Let's see. What else? Dinner, nice restaurant, no more than $20. I'm talking about a high-end restaurant. Yeah. I mean, it's off the chain. So that's pretty much being black in Ukraine, man. Like you there's no other European country that you're gonna be able to go into and not like find females like it's nothing like Lviv. You just can't do it. It's not possible. You can go to Germany, but I mean, like I said, you go to Ukraine, man. The females if you like white girls, you can't do no better than that. And for the price, like I said, if you make $1,000 a month in Ukraine, you are rich. I mean, don't have me talk about bringing $2,000 a month. If you bring in 2 racks a month to Ukraine, man, stop it. You that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to go back maybe, sometime soon. Lviv is like my third home. I love Poland. I love Lublin. But I just wanted to do this. Found out the Angry Man channel is doing a hangout right now. Shout out to him. This is a smaller channel, so I don't really have too many people on this channel. So when I went live like last night, we had some. The night I went live before, I had only 9 viewers. So I was like, well, shit, people will just watch it afterwards. So when I come and do a live show on this one, It's not so much that I think health people are going to watch, but more so I do it so people can just check it out afterwards. As far as healthcare or getting your phone fixed. Oh, okay. So shout out to the Angry Man. As far as getting your phone fixed, there are plenty of places there you can get your iPhone fixed up pretty good. If you have Apple products, there is an Apple authorized detailer at the Forum or most places in Ukraine. Now, Kyiv is a much bigger city. I haven't been in there yet, but keep in mind if you have stuff like Apple products, you probably want to go ahead and order those things before you go. For example, the last time I went, to Ukraine, I left my charger here. So what I do is whenever I travel back to Ukraine, I have an additional charger for my MacBook Pro. So I bought an extra one in Poland. It's about $100. So if I go to Ukraine, I always pack this with me just in case, because I know they don't have nothing like that. So that's just what I use. So just keep in mind when if you're traveling by bus, I would always avoid buses, man. Sick fucking people on the bus. They cough on you like shit. And you can get really sick and get your immune system. So don't take a bus from like Poland to Belarus. Try to take a bus from Poland to Ukraine. Try not to do that shit because the motherfuckers be on there nasty. They be stinking. They be all on you and shit. You'll get fucked up. Now, as far as exchanging money, you're gonna get a good rate. Never exchange at the airport. I always tell people that. If you're in Poland trying to get to Ukraine, never exchange. And the Poland side, you'll get a shitty rate trying to get Ukrainian currency in Poland. Never do it. Always do it in Ukraine. Okay. So you're going to get like a lot of money for your dollar. Like I said, it's the best place in Europe for the quality of life you can get. I mean, as long as you ain't driving a car, electricity always on. I know that you guys are used to having current electricity all the time, but in some places in the world, electricity isn't on all the time. Ukraine is one of those places. So electricity is good. Internets are very, very fast. And like I said, exchange your money when you get there. If you have $1,000 a month, you're literally rich. So $2,000 a month in Ukraine, you're super rich as long as you ain't out there buying no dumbass shit. So anybody got any questions about Ukraine, just email me, planetoshay@gmail.com. Like I said, this is a quick stream. I know some people's going to come over here tonight, but I just wanted to do that. Tomorrow, I'll do a better show. Got an exam in the morning. So shout out to High Def. Shout out to Char Willie. Shout out to the Angry Man channel, all those people, the commission. So I just wanted to get this out here. Email me, you guys. Like the video. And once again, the buffoonery, it remains at an all-time high. I'm out. Peace.